Stop number 31 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series. Stop number 32. Excuse me. Stop number 32 in the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Rockingham, North Carolina, at Rockingham Raceway, as we're here today for the running of the AC Delco 400. We're set for 59 laps of action on this racetrack here today. So let's get to the starting lineup for today's running event. On the pole, it is Kyle Matthews, the number 42 Melly Yellow Pontiac. Surprise, surprise! Rockingham is here, and Kyle's usually on the pole for this race here today. Well, here Kyle surprisingly winless at this point in the season, but he hopes to get his first win here of the season today. He's got about 2 more races to go before to try to get that first win. 3 counting this one. Charles Sanders sits alongside of him. The pole speed 151 miles per hour, by the way. Second row is Johnny Gardner in car number 8 and Zach Rogers in car number 1. Third row sees car number 21, Quentin Moore, the points leader coming into this race. He's alongside Phil Parker in car number 5. The Daytona 500 champion. Meantime, Moore's won twice this season. Third row sees Cole Beaver in the GM Goodrich Chevrolet. He's going for the Rockingham sweep. He won the last time he was here at Rockingham. He's alongside car number 14, Ryan George, who won the first race of who won the first stop in Michigan this season. Next row, Rob Evans in car number 12 and Levi McIntyre in 17. Next row down sees car number 27, Kat Batson, and beside her, car number 28, her husband, Keith Batson. In the number 20 Texaco Haviland Ford, Keith won the season at Richmond. Kat won the first stop at Darlington. Next row is Zachary Fitzwater in 29 and 55, Nathan Hudson. Next row is number 52, Seth Colt, and number 31, Joshua Osborne. Next row is car number 4, William Brock, and number 43, it is Mike Becker. Next row is car number 10, Paul Minnick in the Tide Ford. He'll be alongside car number 25. It is Benjamin Miles. Next row is car number 2, Dylan Young, and car number 94. It is Jesse Turner alongside, both of them carrying in-car cameras, by the way. And our third in-car camera happens to be behind Dylan Young. It's Matt McIntyre in the 26 Quaker State Ford. He's alongside the Martinsville winner, Christian Russell. Next row is car 68, Kev Shear, and number 30, Jay Jefferson. Next row is car number 75, Laura Chung, and number 22, Dylan Potey, who won the first stop at Dover this season. Actually, he won a second stop, I should say, a second Dover stop this season. Next row is car number 11. It is Adam Garcia, and car number 6, Nathan Orman, who's finished second twice this season. Next row is car number 9, Jessica Shelton, and car number 98, Jean Sanford. Both those ladies sharing row 16 together. Next row is car 15, Jackson Haywood. He's on the outside. Inside of him, qualifying ahead of him, is 83, Alex Miller. Miller nearly won the last race on the Tour of Charlotte, but had to settle for 5th in that race. Next row is car number 66, Ryan Brommer, and number 90, Jordan Anderson. Next row is car 18, Matt Haas, and 20, Mitchell Collins. Next row is number 71, Henry Sanford, and one number down from him, Wade Brummer, and 70. And starting shotgun field will be car number 33, Jacob Thibodeau. We should mention, by the way, the 70 next season will be driven by Kat Batson next season. By the way, if all goes well, by the way, we are doing customs next season for the Castrol GTX Cup season with the Cup 2003 mod. And that's what we're thinking about doing next season, by the way, for this series here. So hopefully we'll get something going here. If not, then hopefully there's going to be a plan B up ahead, I should say. But anyway. So, we should mention points coming into this race here. Quentin Moore has a 39-point lead over Jessica Shelton coming into this race here. Quentin starts in the top 10. Shelton starts 31st in this race here. So she's got quite a ways to go to get her buddy back to the front. Keith Batson is 199 back in third position. Fourth position, 209 back is Joshua Osborne. And fifth position at 222 back is Zach Rogers. And then it's Cole Beaver, Dylan Young, Kyle Matthews, Johnny Gardner, and Nathan Hudson, the top 10 of the points coming into this race here. Here comes Command to fire him up here for the AC Delco 400. Field will roll off on the pit road here as we'll get the green flag here. The pace car The drunk pace car driver hits the wall coming off pit road. We'll be back for the start right after this. Field rolls into turn number 3 now, so we're going to get a start here. Restart. Blah blah blah. We're going to get a start here at Rockingham. Palindrome numbers on the front row here, 42 and 24. As two of the buddies, Charles Sanford and Kyle Matthews, leads him down. Pace car ducks up on the pit road. The green flag flies, and the AC Delco 400 is on. Matthews' best finish this season was a second on this very racetrack here during the GM Goodwrench 400. And one of the cars got off the wall here. That was Mike Becker in 43. That hit the wall coming through turns 3 and coming off turn number 2. As Matthews takes the lead, Johnny Gardner goes to second position. Third is Quentin Moore. Battling for fourth is Cole Deaver and Charles Sanford with Rob Evans right there behind. And 3 wide going into turn number 1. Cat Batson with the help of Zachary Fitzwater moving their way up to the front here, and then Zach Rogers and Ryan George got a little close going down the backstretch. Off turn number 4, here comes Nathan Hudson, car number 55, the Crown Petroleum Oldsmobile, as he Crown Skulls, we might just say. On board with Dylan Young in car number 2, the Miller Genuine Draft Ford. Following behind Paul Minnick in the 10 car. Paul Minnick, you remember, won at Charlotte the last race on the tour, the last race of the season, I should say. Last race we ran this season, I should say, in the Mellow Yellow 500. Paul Minnick was the surprise winner of that race. As you recall, passed Alex Miller on the last lap to win that race, kept Miller from winning 2 in a row in the Mellow Yellow 500. Dylan Young, by the way, his win this season came at the second stop at Michigan. This season in the Champion Spark Plug 400. Ryan George won the other stop, the Miller Lite 400 over on that same racetrack. And Dylan Young, of course, remember, we come into this race here, sits 7th in the points chase. He is 307 behind the leader, so points championship looking pretty slim for Dylan Young, maybe slim than none, I should say. Levi McIntyre right now runs in 14th position. He's won a season at New Hampshire, and he sits right now. He's actually made a big jump in the points. He was 20th a couple races ago in the points. He's now at the 13th in the standings, by the way, coming into this race. Not the season he's won to have for his championship defense, but however, though he did get that long-awaited win he did not get last season, unfortunately for him. You heard right, though, he won the championship winless last season. But we won't have to worry about that, though. Either way, the champion this season is going to have a win this season, either way. Kev Shearer is 15th. 16th is Dylan Poteet. Matt McIntyre, 17th. Matt McIntyre got up as far as about maybe 10th in the points coming in about middle of the season. Matt has dropped back big time. He has dropped to the 22nd spot in the points chase in the Quicker State Ford. Charles Sanford contrasts that. He is 12th in the points coming in this race. He is actually 55 points behind the tie for 10th place between Nathan Hudson and Jesse Turner. Keith Batson, the car number 28 Texaco Haviland Ford. He is currently sitting 19th right now in this racer. He is third in the points. A little bit far away back from the leader of the points, Quentin Moore, who right now sits second place. As Johnny Gardner takes the lead, by the way, coming here at Rockingham. Kyle Matthews dropping back just a little bit there in the 42 Mellow Yellow Pontiac. Quentin Moore is second, Cole Deaver third, Rob Evans is fourth, and fifth is Cat Batson. Then Zachary Fitzwater, Ryan George, Seth Cole, and William Brock. William Brock, the number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet. He won the second Pocono stop this season. And a few cars up ahead is the guy who won the first Pocono stop this season. That man right there, Zachary Fitzwater, the number 29 Hardee's Pontiac. 3 wide there, Seth Cole making a power move come off turn number 4 between he, Ryan George, and Rob Evans. As they go into turn number 1 here, as Fitzwater right now runs in 5th position at the moment here, as he is dogging the front 4 cars in this race here. And Quentin Moore, you know he would like to get a lap led here at Rockingham. He's right there behind Johnny Gardner, close. A couple of best friends going at it right here. Johnny in a Buick and Quentin in a Ford. Quentin will still be driving a Ford next season. It'll be the number 89 Morgan Shepherd colored Ford. It'll be a Record Racing Ford. He's driving a Morgan Shepherd car this season, but Quentin right now looking pretty good to extend his points lead, though. So we're going to see where Jessica Shelton's running right now. Zach Rogers running way back, man, who's 5th in the points coming into this race here. Joshua Osborne also falling back. He was 4th in the points coming in. And to no one's surprise, I think the number 9 car is moving. Where is that number 9 car at? Oh, tell me. Well, while we're away, we're gonna look back at what happened. Though they got Jessica Shelton shown out of the race with an accident. We're gonna look at that one here as we are 15 laps into this race at Rockingham. Well, here's what happened to Jessica Shelton. She was moving up nicely up to 24th when this all happened. She was running ahead of Jay Jefferson in the 30 car. That did not look like no accident to me. Shelton had a mechanical failure on her number 9 Coors Ford, is what it looked like here on her machine. And Jessica slowing way, way down. She's down at about 20 miles an hour at this point. Yeah, she is. Definitely looks like definitely an engine failure on the number 9 Coors Light Milling Ford, and that has put Jessica out of the race. So that did not look like no accident right there. She just simply blew up. Just simply blew. Oh my gosh! And Shelton, that may have just damaged her hopes for a 6th championship right there, because she came in this race 39 behind Quentin Moore coming in, and Shelton is going to be a recorded 41st, dead last in this race. So now, unless Quentin has any problems now, however, though, that could be her only hope, which it ain't looking likely right now, though. Quentin's up in the high side, though, but he is still running. He's in no danger at the moment, though. He and Cat Batson, however, trapped on the high side. They're dropping spots like crazy here. William Brock's got by in the 4 car, Minnick in the 10, Young in the 2, Matthews in 42 going by as well. And also Levi McIntyre also falling back now as you ride in the back bumper of Dylan Young's car, looking right at the face of Kyle Matthews, the number 42 Mellow Yellow Pontiac. Dylan running in 7th right now. Matthews to the inside there. Matthews right up on the back bumper of Dylan Young's car. Matthews running in 8th. Dylan Poteet 9th. And Levi McIntyre right now running in 10th position. Levi will be running car number 99 next season on his machine. It'll be a Ford next season. Levi's has had some good runs at number 17 car. However, though, like I said, he won at New Hampshire this season in the Bass Pro Shops 300. But right now, Johnny Gardner, who won the Food City 500 at Bristol this season, he's running up in the front right now. Cole Deaver looking for his second victory this season as well. Likewise with Gardner, he's also looking for his second. this season. Gardner currently sits right now 9th in the points. Deaver right now running 6th in the points right now, and he actually is close to the top 5 in the points. Actually, talking about Cole Deaver and the number 3 Goodwrench Chevy, which he'll be carrying the same colors next season, by the way, too, on his GM Goodwrench machine. Zachary Fitzwater right now is in 3rd position right now in the 29 Hardee's car. No telling what car he'll have next season, though, but you can bet he'll try to be in it. Obviously, Seth Cole, well, same thing. You never know. He changes numbers sometimes. You never know what he's going to have, too, but still talking about Seth Cole in the 52 Alka-Seltzer Pontiac. Decent season so far, somewhat, though. He's 16th in the points. He's moved up a bit points-wise. Moved up 2 spots from the last race of the season. And he is not far from behind from taking maybe 14th in the points, maybe 13th possibly. The top 15, it's close within the top 20 in the points chase, I should say, too. And sometimes you never can tell where you're going to end up points-wise coming out of the races. Paul Minnick right now running in 6th position. Up ahead was William Brock in 5th, by the way. Then Minnick is 6th. 7th is Dylan Young. Again, as we mentioned. 8th is Dylan Pote. Matthews 19th. Pote is 8th. Matthews is 9th. And Charles Saber is in 10th position. 11th is Keith Batson. And Keith is also going to try to make a move points-wise. Remember, he was 199 back of Moore. He was 160 points back of Shelton. So now if Batson can come up with a good top 5 points run here, or good top 5 run here, we may end up having a possible 2, maybe even a 3-way coming into Phoenix, which is next on the schedule for the Subway 500. So, any thoughts of this being a two-driver chase for the championship, though? They may be sadly mistaken going into Phoenix, possibly. Benjamin Miles is in 12th position. 13th is Matt McIntyre in the Quaker State Ford, the number 26 machine. Matt's won twice this season. He won it at California, and he also won at the first race at Richmond this season, the first Richmond stop this season. Matt running 13th at the moment. Up ahead again, Benjamin Miles in 12th. Behind him, Nathan Hudson in 14th. Saw the speedometer 163 miles an hour going into turn number 1 for Matt McIntyre. 132 in the middle of 1 and 2. South fast Matt goes into turn number 3, 156, 159 miles an hour into turn number 3. And down about 131 in the middle of 3 and 4. And he floors on the accelerator on that number 4, on that Ford. And again, 163 miles an hour into turn number 1. Down about 132 in the middle of 1 and 2. His last lap, the last time by, 147.196 miles an hour. The fastest lap race so far is currently being held by, well, Matt McIntyre himself, 150.94, as he moves to the low side of the 25 of Benjamin Miles. Miles slams the door on McIntyre for the moment as they come off turn number 2 and says, "Nuh-uh, that's my spot." But now Nathan Hudson and Levi McIntyre both closing in on Matt, by the way. And in case any of you are wondering, Matt is no relation to Levi, by the way. They live in different states. Matt from Arizona and Levi from up in Ohio. Ryan Brommer, who won the 600 at Charlotte this season, he is in 16th position right now. He's in the Top Product Phillips 66 Ford. Running pretty good right now. 17th is Kev Shearer. 18th is Ryan George. 19th, Rob Evans. And Gene Sanford right now running in 20th position. Gene in the number 98 Banquet Frozen Foods Chevy. Alex Norr right now running 21st. 22nd is Wade Brummer. Nathan Orman, 23rd. Quentin Moore has slipped back to 24th. Now, Quentin, of course, he does have about a few laps to try to get back up there in the race. We still have 23 laps remaining coming in this time by. Quentin's wins this season came at a couple races ago at North Wilkesboro, but he also in the Holly Farms 400. But he also won at Watkins Glen on the road course, something Quentin thought he'd never have a win on the road course. But Right behind him, the man who won the Die Hard 500 Talladega, that is Jackson Haywood in 25th. Christian Russell, who won at Martinsville this season. He's in 26th position right now. And there has been talk, by the way, as of the time I'm recording this race, there have been talks on my Watkins Glen video that he and Nathan Orman have both called my series rigged. I bet you Christian's kind of rethinking that now that he's won a race this season. Orman has not yet won, but I mean, I try to make the series as even as possible. I'm gonna say this right now. I do try to make my series as even as possible. Yes, my ratings admittedly somewhat favor toward friends and people who've been in the series for a while. I will kind of really admit that, but I try to keep it all as even as possible too, as well. So yeah, anybody who thinks my series is rigged, that's kind of that is far from the truth. Besides, I mean, we have got well over 15 different winners this season. You call that rigged? I try not to call names out and anything though, because that's not my thing. But anyway, while I've been going on that little rant right there, Cole Deaver is the leader of the race right now, the Goodwrench Chevy. He has got Zachary Fitzwater right behind him in the second position in the 29 machine. Third is William Brock. Fourth position right now is Paul Minnick. Fifth is Dylan Young. Sixth is Dylan Poteet. Kyle Mathis is seventh. Eighth is Charles Sanford. Ninth is Johnny Gardner, and Keith Batson runs in 10th position right now at the moment as they go through turns one, as they come off turn number 4. Coming down for 17 laps remaining in the AC Delco 400. Matthews trying to look inside of Dylan Poteet. Poteet broke a long winless drought though when he won the Peak Canyon Freeze 400 at Dover this season. Sanford up the high side tries to get anything on Matthews there, but Johnny Gardner also looked at the low side of the number 8 Snickers Buick. Gardner looks low, nothing doing on trying to get past Charles Sanford. Sanford's won twice this season, by the way. He won at Riverside, and he also won at Atlanta this season over in the a Motorcraft 500. He also won the road course we mentioned at Riverside. May ask Charles and see what sponsor he wants on his car next season. This is as of I'm recording this video too. Again, if you didn't catch the announcement earlier, though, we are doing custom cars for the Splash and Go 2003 mod, and the manufacturers, of course, chosen will be Ford, Chevrolet, Pontiac, and Dodge is coming back next season, by the way, too. So there you have it with that. Cole Deaver trying to hold them all off, though, as we have got now 14 laps remaining in this race. That completed lap number 45. Lap times are slowing down a little bit. 144 miles an hour in the case of Cole Deaver. William Brock trying to go to the high side as he tries to find anything on the number 29 car of Zachary Fitzwater. Paul Minnick trying to close up though. Minnick trying to get his second victory in a row. He won at Charlotte, the last race on the tour. In the turn number 3 here, Fitzwater tries to look inside of Deaver. They go to the third into turn number 3. Nothing doing for the moment though, as Fitzwater trying for his second victory of the season. Deaver's also trying for his second. So is Brock, and so is Minnick and Dylan Youngs for that fact, and Poteet for that fact also. Top 6 drivers are looking for their second victories of the season. They all each have one win this season too, by the way. So as they come off turn number 4, we have now 11 to go, 10 to go, and coming up minus time by as we are working on lap number 49 of 59 of this race here. Cole Deaver trying to hang on in these last few laps of this race here. Check in and see where Quentin Moore's at right now. We're now coming up on 10 to go. So Dylan's now balloted out, by the way. Dylan Young in the 2 and Dylan Poteet in 22. Young will be driving Miller Lite next season. There'll be a Ford as well, too. With associate sponsor Wawa on his car. That's one of the gas station grocery places up in this area of Florida. Sanford runs 7th, 8th is still Gardner, 9th is Batson, 10th is now Benjamin Miles, and dropping back is Kyle Matthews in the 42 car. Matthews now falling behind the number 68 car, Kev Shearer. Check see where Quentin Moore's at right now. Quentin running in 24th position still at Sitco Ford. He's going to gain points on Jessica Shelton, but not as much as he could have been, as he probably could have earlier in the race. Still trying to get by Nathan Ormond in the 6. Mike Becker in 25th position. Mike Becker in 26th position. Joshua Osborne now 27th. Osborne in the 31 car, who's sitting right now 4th in the points. He's going to fall back just a little bit too, points-wise, considering that Keith Batson is ahead of him right now. And I think Batson, where is he at right now? Batson currently sits right now in the 9th position. So if he's going to be he'll be very close to second place in the points coming into this race if he doesn't take second away already. Through turns 3 and 4 they come here. Cole Deaver has now 5 laps remaining. That completes at number 54. Fitzwater still trying at number 29. Hardy's Pontiac as he looks to the low side in turn number 2. Nothing doing. Dylan Young the 4th now as Paul Minnick now goes up to the high side now. Here comes William Brock, tries the high side again through 3 and 4 here, trying to gain an advantage though. But that's allowed the Dylans to close up. Young and Poteet. Young in the 2, Poteet in 22. I keep an eye on those two right now, though, because, I mean, those two are looking pretty good at this moment. If Brock's car continues to push up the track to try to get a run on the 29 car of Fitzwater here, which he's trying again now up that high side here. Young looks low. And there is pros and cons running the high side as we're now 3 laps from the finish. The high side is obviously, it does give you more straightaway speed and more momentum when you run the high side of the track, though. But the downside is when you run on the low side, though, it's obviously the shortest way around. The high side is the longest way around. And he's close up on the back of that 29 car, but you see, here again, Brock goes to the high side again and come off that 4th turn. That may give him a bit of an edge, possibly. But now it's a real 3-dog fight now. We're 2 laps remaining for the finish. Fitzwater's right on the back of Cole Deaver now. What a last lap this may be setting up to be, though. Deaver trying to block any way he could, though. He's got to be at his best on that last lap, though. He had to hold off a hard-charging Kyle Matthews at the Goodwrench 400, though. The white flag waits for Cole Deaver. He has 1 to go. Will it be him or Fitzwater? Off the 2nd turn, Young up the high side here. He's got Cole. He lets Dylan Poteet by him for 4th place. Meantime, through the 3rd and 4th turns now. Here to come up the 4th turn here. Fitzwater's not going to have a nut into the start-finish line. The AC Delco 400 belongs to Cole Deaver. He wins at Rockingham. Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet sweeps the season at the Rock as he takes the Dale Earnhardt towards the victory lane here today. 2nd place will go to Zachary Fitzwater, a great performance. 3rd will go to William Brock. 4th to Dylan Poteet. And Charles Sanford will come home in 5th. A tremendous performance here today at Rockingham, and a great race for the win, too. So 32 races in the books and 2 races left to go. And oh, the points battle we're going to have starting at Phoenix. There's no question about it. Rest of the finishers for you here. Johnny Gardner comes home in 6th. 7th will go to Keith Batson. He's going to have a big points harvest, though, considering he finished ahead of both. And you see a frustrated Quentin Moore coming into the pit, so he is going to up his points lead, though. I think. Anyway, Dylan Young comes home in 8th position. 9th will go to Nathan Hudson, and Levi McIntyre will finish 10th. Matt McIntyre comes home in 11th. Seth Cole 12th. 13th will go to Ryan Brommer. Ryan George 14th. Rob Evans 15th, and Kev Shearer, Kyle Matthews, Gene Sanford, Paul Minnick, and Alex Miller, the top 20. Wade Bremmer's 21st. Nathan Orman 22nd. Jackson Haywood 23rd. Mike Becker, Christian Russell, Joshua Osborne with a bad day today, finishing 26th. 27th will go to Phil Parker, Laura Chung, Henry Stamper, and Quentin Moore, who comes home in 30th position. He's going to up his points lead, though, but not as much as he probably could have a little bit earlier in the race. So it's still going to be. So Jessica Shelton got a little bit of a break there, but the bad news, of course, obviously, he finishes. Quentin's going to finish 11 spots ahead. Here, Cat Batson was 31st, and Jay Jefferson, Benjamin Miles, Zach Rogers 34th. A bad day for him, too. Jacob Thibodeau, Mitchell Collins, Matt Haas, Jesse Turner was 38th. He's going to have a hard time trying to get back in the top 10 of points with that. Adam Garcia and Jordan Anderson was the 40th place finisher here. So 40 cars finished on the lead lap. The 40 cars that finished today, and right at the very tail end of the list. Not with an accident, I think, but rather with a blown engine. Jessica Shelton. Here, like I said, she got a bit of a break though, and Quentin Moore dropped way back to 30th in the final running order. So he's gonna. So you consider though he's earned about 73 points compared to Shelton's 40. Or actually, I think about here. So yeah. So he's going to up. He gains about 31 points. So that's going to be about. He gains about 30. He gains about 33 points. So that's going to be about a little over a 70-point advantage. So, but we'll see what happens. What the points are like as they're distributed at the end of this video. Though. But anyway, if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got inter races, we got gaming videos, whatever the person on the NNSCRA South calls our first channel. Be sure to check out Seth's Tour Cell Cup Series, which is in full swing, and I guarantee his races are a whole lot better than what I have to offer too. So be sure to check out check out the Duracell Cup Series from Seth Cole on the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel, and you will not regret checking it out neither. So that will do it here today at Rockingham. Congratulations again to Cole Deaver, the winner of the AC Delco 400. For now, this is James Gloss. This has been a production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best. We will see you at Phoenix, Arizona for the Subway 500.